Hey nerds, Bevan here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about comic books because surprise, surprise. Was it my last video? Yeah, I think it was. I talked about selling my comic book collection, and this past weekend I actually did a claim sale in the local collectors group, and I posted my X-Men collection, and it's like mostly gone. I have a huge stack right here of comics that right there. Of comics that have been sold and are waiting for pickup. I have a smaller stack of books that are still for sale, and I have a smaller stack still of books I am keeping for my personal collection. So this is my X-Men collection that I am keeping, and I thought it'd be kind of fun today to go over what made the cut and is staying with me. So this is it. I'll go through and show you all what is staying, and then what may or may not make the cut, because there's some maybes in here, but I didn't want to sell them. I wanted to think about it and then go from there. These will be going in chronological order because that's how I have them. I have them numerically ordered, I should say. So that's what you're showing. There's no like favoritism here at all. But we're starting off with X-Men. I got a couple over here first. So starting off with X-Men number 13, second appearance of Juggernaut. This is gonna stay with me at least until I can get a first appearance of Juggernaut. This will be graded at some point. Super low grade. It's got like a tear all the way across. You can kind of see it right there. And the spine's beat up and it's missing a chunk of the cover, but it's still super cool. And then we have here Uncanny X-Men 129. This is the first appearance of Kitty Pryde and Emma Frost, who both go on to be really big deals in the later iterations of the Uncanny X-Men series that I am more familiar with. So this book having the two first appearances was really cool. Then moving on to issue 136. I may not keep this because it's in really, really rough shape. And as far as I know, it's not really a key issue at all, but it's got a really iconic cover, which is like the Death of Phoenix there. Again, I may or may not keep this. I may or may not upgrade this, but for now, it's with me. Issued 244, first appearance of Jubilee. Uncanny X-Men 248. This is the first X-Men art by Jim Lee. Again, my favorite comic book artist. Uncanny X-Men 500. This is the first Matt Fraction book that he wrote. It's also the first X-Men book I ever picked up. Not the specific exact copy, but issue 500 was where I broke into X-Men. This is where we get into some of the maybes. We got 521, which is just like a cool Magneto cover, but I may or may not keep this. Uncanny X-Men 524. We got Hope Summers and Wolverine there. Just a cool cover. I may or may not keep this. 526, just a cool cover of the X-Men team. Once again, may or may not keep this. And the final Uncanny X-Men book is 534.1, which is the first issue after the Matt Fraction run, which is just a super awesome cover of the Uncanny X-Men team at the time. The 500 to 544 is my favorite run of X-Men that I've read. That's where I broke into X-Men, so it means a lot to me. This cover is super dope. This is like almost a guaranteed keep, but there is a small chance I might not. And then we have this stack, which is Jim Lee X-Men. So we have the 4 issues of number 1 and then 2 through 11. So I'm keeping these because I love Jim Lee. I love the cover art. I will be getting a second copy of issue 4, which is first appearance of Omega Red. I will be getting a copy either to get graded or one that is already graded. I will also be looking for a graded copy of this Magneto cover of issue 1. I do have a second copy already that I might get graded, but also it might be cheaper to just get a graded copy already. This is the last key book that I'm keeping, which is X Factor number 6, first appearance of Apocalypse. In my opinion, it's a pretty undervalued book. I got it for like 20 bucks. Everyone kind of blames the Apocalypse movie, which I actually enjoy. I don't know. Those X-Men movies sometimes just get a lot of hate, and I think it's basically just because they're not from Disney. I also still have X-Men Black one-shot with Juggernaut on the cover. This is just like an awesome Juggernaut cover book. I would love to have this book graded and displayed with a graded copy of X-Men 12 to go along with like a Juggernaut statue if I could find one. Juggernaut, unfortunately, in terms of merchandise, pretty under merchandised. Okay, I lied. I did keep another Uncanny X-Men book, which is from volume 2. It's issue 19, from the Phoenix Force. So just like an awesome Cyclops cover. Yeah, you can see there in the background, or I guess of his visor, you can see the Avengers that he's firing at. Avengers vs. X-Men is one of my favorite comic book stories of all time. It's just unbelievable, and the art is amazing, and the story is amazing, and Cyclops is just the most motherfucking badass motherfucker on Earth, basically. Speaking of Cyclops, I'm just keeping that one because it's a cool Cyclops cover. So are these next two. This is a variant of Young X-Men #1, Cyclops just recruiting for Young X-Men. I want to get graded Cyclops variants like that one and like this one from House of X #1. It's like the Decades cover that they did for all those. So you see Cyclops through all the ages there. And then the last X-Men book that I have kept from my collection is this X-Men #1 variant. You've seen it before. I talk about it all the time. This Marvel Girl variant from Art Germ. I plan to have like a section of graded Art Germ variants just dedicated to him. I have a Catwoman coming in as well. Catwoman 14 variant cover, I think it is. And yeah, guys, that is what I'm keeping from my X-Men collection. I've probably sold, between what I've sold and what is still available, there's probably like 100 books. So that's pretty cool. I made some very nice coin off of that, and I plan to upgrade my collection with that money. I also have a lot of other comics to go through. X-Men was just the easiest to do first because I had the most of them. Let me know below some of the cool standouts that you saw in there. All those maybes that I had in the middle of the video, let me know what you think about those, if I should keep them. Most of this stuff is going to get graded for various reasons, either first appearances or sick cover art and display purposes, of course. If you like this video, hit that like button, and if you really like this video, hit that subscribe button so you can get all of your action figure and comic book content. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at BevanBoyChuck. And until next time, folks, I'll see you next time, folks.